All right. So we are going to, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start talking about progress learning and some of the features that progress learning has as a from the teacher side. The student side still looks the same as Education Galaxy as before, but there's basically like three main points I want to talk to you guys about. The first one is whenever you go to progress learning from ReadyHub, there's these tabs over here on the side. I'm going to start off right here with instructional resources. And right now, obviously, we only have access to 2 through 5 science. All kids should have access to those. Even if you teach 5th grade, they should have access to all, at least 3rd through 5th. I don't think they have access to the 2nd grade. Just make sure that they're clicking on the 2024 because those are more aligned with the new TEKS. But they have access to the old ones, but more practice won't hurt them. I'm just going to click on 5th grade science. And when you click on here, you basically pick your grade level, and then we're going to start off looking at bell ringers. Now, bell ringers obviously everyone should know what bell ringers are. They are just sometimes it can be like one question that you can start off with. Obviously, I don't have any here saved yet. So what you do is you click on New Bell Ringer. And this is actually a pretty nice feature here. And then you select the domain. So we just got done with space, so I'm going to click on space and Earth. And then you basically pick your standard. We did, let's see, Earth rotation. Can't see. Load. When you click down here, load questions down here, and what it does is it pulls up 5 options. Option 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And right here where it says, like after the TEK, where it says level 2, you can see basically there's difficulty levels. 1's the easiest, 2's middle, and then 3 is the hardest concept. Most of these are 2. I think there's 1, 3. Yeah, 1 right here where they got to do a little more thinking. But basically what you can do is, so let's just use this first question here. You can just display the question right here, and it's just posted on the board, on the screen or whatever, and you can have the kids answer it like on a dry eraser board or however you want to do it, just to get their brains going. And then you can even say most people think it's B. We're going to click B, and then you can check answer. Oh, actually the right answer. I didn't even read it. And you can kind of just, as a class, go over it together. Go back to the bell ringer, or you can print them. And then also, if you like that question, you can save it. Also, for Spanish teachers, you can, on the fly, switch the Spanish version. I know sometimes it's probably using Google Translate. I don't know how well it translates, but it does translate at least for you, so you don't have to worry about doing it. Let's see, I don't think... Yeah, there's no typing questions on here, unfortunately, but sometimes there's part 1, part 2 questions on here too, which is kind of nice. But that's pretty much it for bell ringers. So you can print them off if you want to, if you feel more comfortable having the kids do it on paper. If you want to have them maybe write a sentence on while they're picking answers. But going back to the home screen, I think I'm going to go. Back to instructional. There are, next to the bell ringers, there are videos too that you can watch. Basically, the kids have access to little videos for every TEK. If you want to watch them as a class, you can, but they do have access to all the same videos. And then down below, there's printable resources, class activities. Here's all the TEKs right here. I don't know if you remember Super Sheets, if you were here. It's similar to Super Sheets, but these are a little easier, I would say. They don't have Super Sheets for science. But when you basically click on, let's see, go down to Earth and Science, so water cycle, you can click on the worksheet, and it's like a one-pager basically. And they would just fill in the blanks up here of the water cycle. You can also have, if you don't know the answers, there's always the key. You can click on key, and there's your answers right there for you. And there is also a feedback button if you think there's like a mistake or something that maybe can be fixed on it. You can always reach out to them very easily. That's pretty much it for that. All right, going back to the home screen. Next, we're going to look at assessment and assignment center. I know it says assessment. Don't be scared of that word. Pretty much all that is, you can build your own question assignment. Basically, you can basically go through and it gives you a bunch of questions, and you can pick and choose which ones you want.
Does it do it by team?
Yeah. So what you do is you go to Assessment Builder, and you can name it. I'm just going to name it test, and then you click the subject. Let's say I'm going to do 5th grade. And then you come down here and it says, I will select the questions, or actually you can have it pick the questions for you. So we're going to select by the domain and standard. So once again, just like before, the bell ringer, you can click on like Earth and Space, and you can click multiple of them too. So the water cycle, and expand for questions. And here's all the questions they have. And you can even load more if you want. They have a lot of questions. And also what's nice is that this point value, it's like a 2-point question, and it's like a level 2. The DOK is like depth of knowledge. That was the 1, 2, or 3 difficulty level. Most of them are 2s on Education Galaxy. There are some 3s, but there are drag and drops, multiple parts, multiple choices in here. I thought there was a 4th one, maybe not. Drag and drop, multiple part. So we'll click on this first one here, and you can preview it by just clicking on it. And that's what they'll do right here. They'll have the drag and drop. And also, once again, there's a Spanish version if you need Spanish. Looks like it doesn't translate the image, unfortunately, but just the words. And you can click basically add question, and then close it out if you like that question. Or if you want to add it, this one and this one and this one. Say those 4 questions I like. Come all the way. Wait, where's it at? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. So you come up top and you just click save and preview right here. So you go down here and you click all the questions that you want. Let's just say 4 of them. Save and preview. Am I still there? I am still here. My Google Meet asked me if I was still here. All right, and then after you click and save, you basically can. There are some settings here. I wouldn't really mess with them. You can make it to where it displays the questions in random order, so the kids are not like telling each other, "Hey, the answer is BC, BC," or whatever. You can mix it up if you wanted to do that. They are clever enough to do that. You can allow a calculator if it was math. But here's all the questions right here. And if you want to, like, let's say I wanted this question to be the 3rd question, you can drag and drop these and move them around. And you can also, once again, preview and replace them if you need to. And then you would just, you can save and assign. But best thing is if you're doing this ahead of time, just go ahead and just save the assignment or assessment. And going back to that, the assessment page, whenever you click assessment assignment center, then assessment builder, wait, where'd it go? Oh, assessment bank, excuse me. And there's our test, that one right there. You're basically building your own bank of assessments. And if you like it, you can always leave it on here, and you can always reuse it for multiple classes or multiple years, however you'd like. And obviously, if you're not familiar with Education Galaxy, it's very hard. They're very hard questions. Unfortunately, I know we don't have a ton of time to do these questions, but they're hard. A lot of the kids that are like 60th percentile and below on MAP, they're probably going to struggle with Education Galaxy.
It's good though because it's star-based.
Yeah. It's absolutely. Yeah, it's very difficult, and that's why I like that we have access to lower grade levels. Because if the kids are struggling, say, hey, go back to 3rd grade and try some skills. And in 5th grade, I know we do a lot of reviewing of old skills, but like in 4th grade, you don't do solar systems. So like if you want them to focus on some solar system stuff, go back to 3rd grade and solar systems are there. But moon phases are in 4th grade and not 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. So they can pick and choose, and which is kind of nice. And the one last thing I'm gonna go over is go back to the home page, and there's a tab over here that says reports. And if you click on reports, you can see a bunch of different reports that they have. But the two I would say more focusing on is like the progress report. You can see, or not progress, the grade book, where you can see the assignment grades that they get if you assign things on here, how well they did. The other one is Galaxy Stars, which I'll show you in just a second what the kids can see, but they'll basically get stars on different skills. And you can click here. Let's say, how are my kids doing on? They're probably not doing a bunch of these because they don't have a lot of time to work on this, unfortunately. My homeroom. And you just run the report. And it basically tells you how many stars each kid has. So, like, she has 13 out of 90, and it shows her ranking or whatever. And so she has 8 out of 90. So,
And those are what's completed?
yes, that's how many stars they have out of the total that they have. So going back to the home is I'm just gonna pull up a kid. So you basically have to look at Education Galaxy. Before you could go, it was really easy to see the student version because you went straight into Education Galaxy and it kind of looked similar to what they saw. And then you just click student view and it would show what they would see. But now it's a little more hidden, I guess. But the easiest way I found how to do it is on your class list here. I changed mine to say Adam's homeroom and Khalil's homeroom just so it makes it easier for me because they were almost the same name. But I'm going to click on my homeroom and just log into a student here by just clicking on log in as them, basically. And it just says, hey, you're logging in as a student, and this is what she'll see. And if you remember Education Galaxy, this looks pretty much the same. They've done a little bit of tweaking to it, but it looks very similar. They can look at their rankings and the different avatars and things like that. And they can see like what they need to score to get how many stars. That's the reason why Education Galaxy is hard. They have to get 100 to get all 3 stars. So they can't even miss one question. So it's really tough. And over here on the side, if you assign them an assignment, it will show up right here under here, but I haven't assigned them anything. They can look at their graded work if they had any in the past. But my study plan is where they get the stars from. I get the most success out of them doing this because assignments, they don't get anything from. They don't get little stars because they think that's the coolest thing. But on my study plan, they do. And you can basically click on whatever grade level. So 3rd grade, they can do 3rd grade skills. And here's a bunch of 3rd grade skills. And like the little learn videos, that is new to Education Galaxy. We didn't have that a few years ago, where they can watch a video on the physical properties of matter. And then they can click on start, and they can start practicing those skills right there. And it will show how many stars they have over here on the right side.
Are you going to show us how to set up our class?
Unfortunately, I've already set that up, but I can't help you after the fact.
Okay.
After I get done like presenting here, I'm more than happy to help you figure that out.
Okay.
But to back out of the kid account, you basically are up here where it says you're logged in as the student. Just hit return to your account, and it goes back to here. And then this is probably what you're talking about right here. I can help you figure all this out. This is actually really, really easy. So,
Okay.
But other than that, I'm going to stop the recording now for the other purpose. And